Hey guys, it's April. So I just wanted to go over a couple of things that we learned together in this class and some of the things I'm proud of, and kind of just wanted to share them with you. Excuse my craziness of a screen right now. Oops. Alright, let's go over some of the key points and some of the things that we learned this month that I want to talk about. So I want to talk about perspective. It was interesting to learn that there were 6 different types of perspective, and realizing that we see perspective and that's the way we see things, but you don't really realize it until you apply it after you've learned it. Another thing that I found interesting was that all pixel-based tech is RGB. I never knew that. There was no way I could have ever known that. I mean, I haven't used a computer for a long time before now. So this is all pretty new for me. And another thing we learned about is composition, or like, for example, rule of thirds, which in this photo, the original picture in which I referenced, which that's another thing we learned about, is reference and how most of your concepts will come from a reference. My particular reference for my picture was this image right here. You can kind of see like the correlation. But in this photo, I looked and I saw the rule of thirds. I liked the photo, and once I broke it down, I started realizing why I liked that. And there was a lot of elements of design and all that came into play in this photo, and why I thought it looked nice, and why I decided that I needed to paint it. Also, I wanted to go with a desert, sunset, sunrise-y type theme, and so I thought it would be perfect to kind of integrate that with the storm, because this is where I live, and it's been stormy lately, and it is not norm out here. Sorry about that. I'm kind of getting over being sick. I've pretty much been fighting illness this entire course. That was probably the most challenging part about it, along with learning how to use Photoshop and the layers. But we'll come back to that. So, we learned about a couple of things like balance, contrast, emphasis, movement, pattern, rhythm, unity, variety, and how it directly relates with the line, shape, color, value, form, texture, and space of a painting or even a picture. These are things that we need to know for our future to help create better art for ourselves, stuff that's visually pleasing. We now know why things are visually pleasing more than others, and it will give us the ability to dissect others' art properly and professionally without looking like a fool or looking like you're just being rude or mean. It'll be a more serious interpretation of art, and I think that there's an art in interpreting art, and we pretty much have covered the beginning of that. And another thing that I wanted to talk about, like I said, is the references. Everybody uses references at some point, and in the beginning of me being an artist, I didn't think that that was okay, but I'm glad that I do now. I realized that it's not copycat, it's not any of that, it's just references, it's examples, and it creates better art. One of the things I loved in Photoshop was the brushes. I liked learning how to make them, and actually, eventually, I've been looking at the clouds a lot, and I want to make a better brush to make some of these crazy ways the clouds like kind of go up like that, and eventually I will do that. So these are a couple of the paintings that I did that I'm pretty proud of. This picture actually reminds me of my dog, and that's one reason I love it so much. And also, I think I did a pretty good job of not lifting the pen. I enjoyed this painting. I enjoyed this section of this whole month. And then again, there's the painting that I just showed you. I love this painting. I already showed it to you guys. We all shared each other's artwork and critiqued. I love this photo. This one, proud of, but only because it took me a while. It was frustrating, but it really is not my favorite. I like this in the back here, but that's pretty much it. This parchment paper one, I do enjoy. I think that I did a pretty good job on it. I learned how to do things I never thought I would. All this editing and, you know, adding this to the paper and making it look like it was already there was a really cool experience. I loved how my sphere came out. This could have used a little bit of work, but I did enjoy this portion. Also, my wax seal was a little off, but I overall think that this was a really cool looking parchment paper. And I actually really liked this assignment, although it took me like 15 or 16 hours to complete it. And I was heavily frustrated, super sick, but I think I did really well. And overall, reflecting on this class, I learned a lot of things that I didn't know, and now can apply those things to my future career. I think that Nuke and Unity are very, very strange. I like kind of toggling with, you know, the colors and kind of seeing like what does what, and, you know, see what happens. I do enjoy this though. I do like the black and gray scale. It's pretty much my favorite. I like it a lot. I like how the tree looks and all that. So that's interesting. As with Unity, Unity was cool. It was more of a game type thing, and that I was not really super into, but I've never been a gamer. I've never been super into that whole world, but it was cool to experience it at least a little bit. That way I have the knowledge on it. Overall, I liked this class. It was extremely challenging for me, but I pulled through, and dang it, my bad. This class was challenging, but I pulled through, and I'm proud of it, and I wouldn't change it for anything. And in fact, I'm just going to keep practicing until eventually I get better at it. So that's that. Great class.